Hi, my name is Ilene Rein. I am an executive recruiter and a job search strategist with Pounding Pavement 101. I am here today with a parent of one of my clients because we got her son hired. So, can you please introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Eileen Torres Soto. I am a pediatrician, and I reached out to Eileen because my 23-year-old son Alex had been looking for jobs for several months and was not successful. So I knew what Eileen did, and I reached out to her to see if she can help us out.
So, thank you so much for doing this. And let me ask you, because he graduated from a prestigious college, and we're not going to mention the names, okay? But he did reach out to the college career services department. What was happening with that situation?
So my son, he had really a lot of ideas of what to do as a career, but was not really focused on one thing. So he had reached out to career services while he was at school to see if they can help him with career guidance and in terms of, which direction to head. And it seems like they were not helpful in that regard, in that they would direct him to just take more courses or explore on his own. So he felt like he wasn't really supported. And then once he was reaching, around the time of graduation and looking for jobs, they would direct him to job searches. And because he didn't have a clear focus, he really had a hard time then with writing a resume and going on interviews and even just knowing what jobs to apply for. And I was very surprised. I graduated more than 30 years ago from college. I'm in a completely different field from what he was gearing towards and which direction he was headed. So I really had no idea about the college search process. I'm sorry, the career service or job process in terms of which direction or where to look for jobs, how to prepare for job interviews. I know there's so many more resources than I had when I graduated college. So my husband and I assumed that he would figure it out because there's so many things available for them. They can look up online and find something. And I believe that he was actually overwhelmed with all the information. There was just so much information that he just didn't know which way to head. And he really needed that guidance.
Yeah, it's interesting because all of a sudden you have the internet, you have all of these options, but a lot of the information is very generic. So, and then it's also contradicting. So you're not quite sure who to believe. And the college career services centers, they're trying their best, but they have the one size fits all approach. And the people there, although they mean well, they've never worked a recruiting desk. So they're just kind of regurgitating information that they've been taught, okay, because they don't have that type of experience. And they may be just 1 or 2 years out of school themselves as well. And they help them with the resume, they put a check on it, and they shove them out the door. And unfortunately, a lot of graduates are falling through the cracks that way. And they really have to be
Mhm.
set up to succeed from day one. So this way we work on the trajectory of their career because it's not only about today's job, it's building blocks for future career jobs.
Mhm. Right. We were surprised because, again, he went to a well-known school. We expected him to graduate prepared for the work life experience, and he didn't have those building blocks that you mentioned. It was more focused on the academics, which I can appreciate, but after college, then we need to be prepared for life. And he did not have those skills graduating from college, which again we were very surprised with. It's it was upsetting, but at the same time, I kind of had hope. I said he's a bright young man. He's very social. We kind of thought, oh, he'll figure it out, even though the college didn't really help him, but he's figured out other things. I'm sure he'll figure it out. So he spent several weeks and then months trying to find a job, and he became a little discouraged because
Yeah.
he really didn't know what he was doing. He didn't know how to approach the applications and the interviews, and even his resume seemed like it was all over the place. And again, my husband and I tried to help him as best we could, but it seemed like whatever we said wasn't, reciprocated, or it just, kind of put down like, well, mom, you don't know what you're talking about. It's a whole other world now. So his expectation, and honestly, like I mentioned before, I'm in a completely different career path. So our path is different. So I said, okay, let him figure it out. But after a while, it seems like he was getting a little bit down on himself, which was upsetting because he has so much potential. He's a very bright social kid, and I know that he has a world. He has so much to offer the world. Let's just put it that way.
He does. And yeah, I had a wonderful time working with him. And
Mhm.
yeah, that's part of the problem. You're mom and dad. So you know nothing.
Right.
Okay. But
Mhm.
also, he's getting frustrated at the process because
Right.
he's applying and he's not getting any calls back. And yeah, his job search was unfocused when I met with him. He was all over the place. And that's what it was looking like to recruiters. So they didn't even know what to do with him. But also, this is the last time that he's going to be living at home. I know it's upsetting, but I'm telling you. And you
I
need to
know.
protect that relationship between the two of you. You don't want it to be an angry relationship as he's, looking for jobs. So by taking that out of the equation, it takes the pressure off you, it takes the pressure off him. I become the taskmaster, and then I'm able to help him, and you can just smile and be supportive of him. Because again, this is the last time he's going to be living at home. Hopefully, we'll get him off the family payroll.
Right. And I appreciate he's great to have at home. I'm going to miss him when he does go. I want him to be ready, but you're absolutely right because we'd get home from work and sometimes we'd be like, so what happened today? How did it go? And we just didn't even know. We wouldn't know. Did we say something? Do we not? And it was nice to not have to worry about saying something. So after I reached out to you, he really became motivated then again with the college, with the, I'm sorry, with the job search process. And I have a younger one going to college, so we have that going on too. But so he became more motivated, which he had lost that motivation after so many weeks of looking and not finding anything. And then all of a sudden, he was a whole other kid. And I can tell you that since he started working, and it's only been a couple of weeks, he is such a happier person. Um, and, going out and really talking to people is what he needs. He needed to get out of the house.
On many levels.
He really is, loves to talk to people and he loves, learning new things. So I'm so glad that this
Yeah,
is.
it's frustrating because he was trying. I will tell you, he was trying. He was trying based on what he was taught, and it wasn't working. And when you're putting in all this time and effort and you're not getting any results back, you're not getting any calls, that takes its toll on your self-esteem also, which then all of a sudden you get into a depression and then you stop even trying because why try? Because you're not getting any results. So really what I worked on with Alex was that strategic job searching plan because the goal isn't to write a resume. The goal is to get a job and to get a
Right.
job in what he wants and work that inspires him because then he'll be successful. So I think it was once we got that job search into focus, and it's that three-step process. So it was developing the personal brand. It's not only the resume, it's the entire personal brand, working on those interview questions, not based on the generic advice, but what
Mhm.
are the recruiters actually listening for in your responses? And that's what was different. But then giving him a strategic plan of how to attack the job market and the chemical reaction between the three steps, that's what got it done and got it done in record time for him. And now he's smiling
Absolutely.
and everyone's happy again and you're happy again. And we all, hopefully he has this great future and career ahead of him. And I know he will.
I know he will as well. This is exactly what he needed. He needed this guidance to help him focus. And from here, I know he's going to develop, it's going to be different for him now because he knows what tools he needs with the job search and to move ahead. So it's made a huge difference. And we really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Eileen.
Thank you. Thank you for your trust with your middle child. And the door is always open for the other two. You know
Yes.
that.
We still have another one coming. So we'll see
Excellent.
what the future holds for him.
I will still be here doing this, and I'm constantly improving the program based on what's out there on the marketplace. Thank you so much. My name is Ilene Rein, an executive recruiter and job search strategist with Pounding Pavement 101, here to get everyone hired rapidly.